Hello, welcome to Centennial Hall. This is room 3313, and I'm going to give you a rundown on how the basic technology works in this room. Now, this is one of our rooms that is equipped with our Geffen lecture capture recorders. This video is not going to cover the operation of the Geffen recorder. If you need specific instructions on that, contact Academic Technology Services, and we would be happy to help you with this particular piece of equipment. Now, on to the rest of the room. Up here at the teacher station, we have our touch panel. It's going to control just about everything we need. This is our startup page, and there's a button that says press here to begin. When I press that, it asks if I want to power up the projector, and I'll hit yes. That powers on the projector in the room, and it brings the screen down for us. It also puts our touch panel into a standby or a wait up page, and we can't do anything until this page is up and ready to go. So that takes just over a minute, and while that's happening, I'll go ahead and talk to you about the lights. There are 5 lighting presets here. Lights all on, 2 lecture settings, one with the whiteboard and one without, a theater setting, and a lights all off setting. We can access those 5 presets also on this controller that's over in the wall. It has 5 buttons that correspond with the 5 presets. Both doors, both entrances, also have master on and off switches. Another thing that we have in this room is if I open the drawer here, I'm going to pull out a wireless microphone. The wireless microphone is equipped in this room, and it's going to reinforce your voice throughout the speakers in the room. On the top of the wireless microphone is the on-off switch. I simply switch it on, I wait for the system to boot up, and then anything I say into the microphone is going to come over the speakers in the room. Now, if I need to turn that level up or down based on the inflection of my voice or where I clip the microphone on, I can come over to the touch panel, and you'll notice now that we are in our main page here, and in the bottom right hand portion there's a button labeled audio control. I'll go ahead and press that. Then you'll notice on the far left hand side, here's our wireless microphone adjustment. Up or down, I can mute it. And when I get it set to the level I want, I hit back, and then I'm back to my main page. When I'm all done with the wireless microphone, I want to make sure and click that off to make sure that the batteries don't drain. Because even if you're not using it, if it's left powered on, the batteries will completely drain out of there. So let's make sure and keep that off. Okay, now that we're at our main page, we can talk about the things that we can do here in the room. Whatever you want to show on the screen in the front of the room, you're going to select using what we call our source select row. Right now in our source select row, you'll see that PC is selected. So if you look up at the screen in the front of the room, of course, the PC is what's going to be showing. A quick note on the PC is that it should be powered on. If it's not, you can power it on right here in the desk. And you'll need to log in. The username will be the first part of your UWL email address, and the password is going to be your UWL net ID. So you'll have to personally log on, and then you're going to want to make sure to log off when you're all done. The next thing that we can talk about on our source select row here is we have 2 different laptop options. The first one is our regular laptop. It is a VGA connection. The next one is our HDMI laptop, or a digital connection. And all those cables are located in the cable cubby right here in the teacher station. There's even a power supply down in there, so you can plug right in without relying on your battery. For demonstration purposes here, I'll go ahead and grab the VGA cable out of there, and I'm going to plug that into my laptop here. Then I'm going to take the audio cable, and I'll plug it into the headphone jack on my laptop. And then my laptop should be ready to go. I come over to the touch panel. I hit the button labeled laptop because I'm using my VGA connection. And then my laptop should show up on the screen. Now, if it doesn't show up on the screen, that's probably because your computer isn't in the right mode. You can do that using your control panel, or on a Windows machine, you can use a shortcut by holding down the function key and then pressing F8. It'll either bring up a menu of these options or scroll through them automatically. You'll want to make sure that duplicate is selected so that whatever you're showing on your laptop is going to show up on the screen for us as well. The next button on our source select row is the Blu-ray button. When I press the Blu-ray button, it's going to bring up a little sub-menu for me. It's going to give us the control of the Blu-ray on the left, and then our navigation and menu controls on the right. There's a full screen video button there that will allow us to preview what's happening on the Blu-ray. When I hit back, it's going to get me back into the regular page. The Blu-ray is located right next to the PC here underneath the desk. You can use the front panel controls here as well, and I'll also note that you can use your regular DVDs or CDs or whatever in the Blu-ray player. It doesn't have to be a Blu-ray disc in order to be played. This is also a good time to mention the volume. Volume control is right here on the touch panel. I can use this knob to turn the volume up or down, and I'll note that the only thing that you're going to hear over the speakers is what is selected in our AV source row. So right now Blu-ray is selected, so we would turn the volume of the Blu-ray up and down, but we wouldn't hear anything else. If I wanted to hear what's coming out of the PC, I would have to select PC, and then I could use the volume to control that. The next thing we have is on the right-hand side of our teacher station is the document camera. The power is in the back part here. When I press it, that light is going to blink green. When that becomes a solid green, I'll know the document camera is ready to go. Our advanced features are up here. We can zoom in and out using the zoom wheel. Manual and autofocus, freeze, and the other options are right up here by the camera. Once the document camera is ready, I press document camera on the touch panel. Then, like with all the sources, it takes 2 or 3 seconds for everything to sync up, so just be patient. Then anything I do on the document camera is going to show up on the screen for us. The last thing on our source select menu that I'll mention is our auxiliary button. When I press that auxiliary button, I'm going to get a sub-menu to come up. It's going to give me the choice between S-video and composite video. Those connections are back down here in our cable cubby again. Now they all share the same audio, so always plug your audio into those audio jacks. But our S-video is here, and our composite video is here. And what those are used for is if you had an external device that you wanted to bring in, like say a video camera or your iPod or something like that, you can plug right into the system here and then use your device to control it, and it'll show up on the screen or through the speakers, whatever you might need. On the left-hand side of our touch panel, we have some other controls here. There's a projector power button if you, for some reason, wanted to power the projector off. More likely, you'll be using the video mute button. What that's going to do is it's going to send a black screen or just mute the video from the projector without powering it off and without powering down our system. And you can use that in conjunction with the screen up and screen down button. If you mute the video and put the screen up, then that'll give you access to the whiteboard. Then you can write whatever it is you need to on the whiteboard without having to wait a minute for the system to power down and then wait another minute to power up. You can just mute the video, put the screen up and draw on it, and then do the opposite to bring the screen back down and put your video into regular mode. There's a mute microphones button here, and then the last button down at the bottom is our help button. And when I press help, I get the names and phone numbers of a couple members of our academic technology services staff. And those are important numbers to know because if you ever have any problems during class, or if you ever have any questions of any kind, you call one of those numbers and somebody will answer it for you and either walk you through over the phone or they'll come running right over here to help you out. I'm going to click OK on this page. Brings me back to my main page, and I'm going to mention in the bottom right-hand corner, last thing here, the system off button. When I press that, it's going to ask if I'm sure I want to power the system down. When I hit that power down button, it's going to power down the projector, which is important, so we save the life of the projector bulb, and it's going to put the screen back up into the ceiling for us. And then I'm just going to remind you one last time that if you ever have any questions or concerns, please contact Academic Technology Services, and we'd be happy to help. Thank you.